Hi, good morning. Welcome to Anime Toys, the good, the bad, and the bootleg. I am Seline, that's also me, and I'm here with my lovely, darling, beloved wife, Hazel. Say hi.
Hi.
What's the button?
The down button.
Here's the song.
I didn't turn it on. Whoops.
Oopsies. Oh my god, it works! So hi, a little bit about me. I like toys. That's it, that's the long and the short, get out of here. I have a toy-focused YouTube channel. It is at SmashMaster12. I talk about action figures, I do reviews, not really retrospectives, it's a lot of me rambling. I collect a wide range of figures. My favorite lines are Marvel Legends, Figuarts, G.I. Joe, a lot of import stuff. I am not on the spectrum, but I'm pretty damn sure I am. My parents never had me tested. So a few concessions before we get started, and I am going to be standing up during this. Luffy, go.
Watch out for the Astolfo on the end too, who's just barely hanging on.
Oh, God, no, not my twink! No! Twink down! Man, I've heard of twink death, but never that. So a few concessions, because I do want to be professional about this, because I'm recording. Hi, Mom. You'll see this in like 2 weeks. Unfortunately, my biggest interests tend to lean towards shonen series and are more collector-oriented. So it's going to be mostly that. You are going to see Goku on every other slide. 1/12 scale is the main size I do collect. As such, there's not going to be any smaller figures, larger figures, blind boxes, Nendoroid scale figures, statues, plushies, stuff like that. Documentation is extremely hard on a lot of these things. My figure collection is like possibly the greatest website on the planet, and half of what's on it is wrong. So, why should you care about toys? Right now, the toy industry is experiencing some of the best figures in the past 10 decades. That's phrasing. Toys are fun. Playing and posing is incredibly tactile. Again, it is a form of stimming for me. Everyone has something they care about, whether it's a Goku, a Vegeta. I love Vegeta. What do you care about?
I really like Beyblades.
Wow, thank you. You're here, so obviously you have a vague interest, or maybe this was just the only panel around. And you can slam your Blorbos together. You can have the Undertaler team up with Toriel Undertale, and that's canon. So, we are gonna do a little bit of a history lesson, so go ahead, babe.
The history lesson number 1, don't let the American companies touch your toys, ever. So even before like the anime renaissance of the 90s, a lot of American toy companies were just looking at what Japan had and they were like, hey, this is pretty cool. What if we made our own? Some of them are good. You know, Hasbro introduced Transformers. You know, they said it was a new thing. It wasn't. It was just Diaclone. And then they teamed up with Takara, and they still make Transformers to this day. If you talk to a Transformers fan, they will tell you the Takara ones are better than the Hasbro ones in 90% of cases.
Most of the time, some of the time.
In 1999, this is where my spectrum gets to kick in. Beyblade hits the scene. Hasbro started selling Takara's molds under Hasbro's name internationally. So Hasbro was making Beyblades with Takara's molds. This happened up through the Plastic Gen, up through Metal Fight / Metal Series, and then Burst happened, and Burst was the worst thing ever to happen with Hasbro Beyblades. Dear God, they stopped being compatible with the Takara base. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, love?
Keep going.
Okay.
We gotta go.
Anyways, TLDR, Hasbro did a really bad job with Burst, and Takara grounded them, and they're like, you're only doing distribution for us now for X. It's really funny. So if you're getting into Beyblade X is really good. I highly recommend it.
So anyway, look at Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, or literally any other anime with a game or a toy line. It came over here as if it was a brand new thing. So first off, we gotta get ourselves in the mood. The mood is anxiety right now.
Babe, we might have skipped this one.
No?
This is because I hit the button at the same time you did that.
Let's make sure I didn't skip anything. I didn't skip anything.
Okay, cool.
You're
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for smoke bombing you like
oh
that.
my god, gaslight. Can we just acknowledge, I sure do love that part of Dragon Ball Z where Birder quits the Ginyu Force to team up with Goku and Trunks to fight off two characters that are already dead to fight a Gohan that doesn't fit in the timeline. And also, this is about the time in Z where Piccolo gets his iconic pickle sword. So we are at the Genesis. Irwin Toys. We're going to Canada, baby. So it was founded in 1926 as a dry goods distributor towards the 90s. They started just acting as a Canadian distributor for toy companies. Kenner, Parker, those days that is just Hasbro and Mattel. So they were the original toy license holder of Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon in the States for about 4 years. I don't know what a Sailor Moon is, so we're gonna talk about Goku. Irwin only ever produced action figures for 2 things ever. Everything else was they just brought over some other company's figures. Under license, totally legal, it happens. They also produced figures for the show Reboot. I'm not Canadian, I don't know what a reboot is.
I think that's what my computer has to do every now and then, or else it starts dying.
I hold my computer at gunpoint and beg it to work. So, this really raises the question for the 90s. Is this Irwin or is this Bandai in disguise? So, when Irwin launches their Dragon Ball figures in 1998, they just produced figures alongside Bandai's own molds. That is the, oh my god, how does the button, how does the, whoa! So that is the Irwin Goku on the left. You can see the bright flaming color, Super Saiyan Goku. The saga continues. And then you have the Bandai Super Battle Collection, Super Saiyan Goku. I had a Vegeta from this line. I bought vintage stock. I lost it. So this made research incredibly confusing for me. Documentation is so sparse. There's an article from 2005. So while waves 1 to 5 were straight reprints, waves 5 to 13, badass. Remember that part where Vegeta got a gun?
Why didn't he just shoot Goku?
The funniest part about these figures is they can't hold the weapons because they're using Bandai's molds. So Goku is right here. How does he hold a gun? So Irwin also re-released French Toys, a company with zero documentation, AB Toys. They had a line called their Super Guerrers. So Irwin also threw that over here. Eventually, they started producing their own toys. So on the left, we've got a Bandai Goku from Irwin, and then we have an Irwin Goku from Irwin. Go. Okay, so to talk about Irwin's own Dragon Ball figures, instead of just reusing Bandai, here's some of what they made in their time. Goku's flesh homunculus. Goku, the Barbie doll. Prescription Goku. We have a prescription Roshi with us right now.
Oh, we do have prescription Roshi. In case your doctor prescribed you, there's not a weight on this. I don't think this is a valid prescription.
You don't have to answer this. Who here is on some kind of medication? Let's go with you. Come get a free Roshi.
Here you go. The doctor wrote a prescription for more Roshi.
You could have lied and gotten a free toy. We also have, I have this one. I think it's okay. It's pretty solid. This one is just cool. This is like a Red Ribbon Army battle suit. It's got an Android 17 in it. Also, these are what the faces look like. So, Irwin, you're gonna see a lot of American companies, they don't know how to do anime style. We'll get to that. So babe, tell me about another company you might know.
Ooh, I know about Mattel. They're the Barbie company. Everyone loves Barbie, like the movie. They also made Hot Wheels. You know, the little car. They made Uno. Hold up. Fisher Price. Naruto. Honey, I thought Naruto was from Japan, not Mattel.
No, he's actually from Chicago.
Oh, okay, good to know. So these lines were brief because Bandai likes securing licenses. If you came to the Gundam panel yesterday, you know Bandai likes getting those licenses. The toys all had weird gimmicks to them. The Blue Eyes can shoot a beam. That's pretty cool. Luffy, why is your arm like that? Good lord.
Let's not acknowledge the Luffy on the left. That's supposed to be him after like an explosion. Let's just keep going. I'm sure.
Only in the 2000s. In 2000, Mattel of Latin America started reissuing Bandai and AB Toys figures. That's really weird because Bandai and Mattel are kind of competing at this time. There's no word if Mattel was reusing molds on their own. We could go into Goku's all day. Let's stop talking about
what if Goku was real? So, in the late 2010s, Bandai of America at this point, we're time skipping. Jakks Pacific also had the Dragon Ball license. We're gonna ignore them. Who here has any toys from Jakks Pacific? You, come get a Piccolo! You!
Oh, hi, Piccolo.
So, these are bad. This is kind of indicative of American action figures in the late 2000s. I want to eat this great ape. It is delicious looking. That's got to taste like Jolly Rancher. So, we're going to skip along. Let's actually talk about good toys instead of weird stuff from the early 2000s, because again, it's mostly shonen. So, what makes a good figure? It depends. In short, it's something you can play with and pose that brings you joy. I think that describes most things. A wide range of articulation, interchangeable accessories, screen accuracy, which asks the question, does my Goku look like this, or does it look like this? It has good hand feel, which means I'm gonna pick this up. Does it feel solid? Does it feel like it's gonna crumble? Can I do this?
He lost his hairband.
Uh-oh. And the big thing is the scale of figures. So, just like in anime, how we have the big three, this would have been great if I had an Ichigo and a Naruto. I have a Luffy. I've never seen One Piece. So in the world of toys, we have the big three. 1/18th scale, 1/12, and 1/6th scale. So 1/18, small boys, tiny Deadpool right here. About 4 inches, great for play sets, vehicles. Figures are too small, but they're pretty cheap. Back in the day, these things would be like $8.
How much are they now?
Let's not talk about that. 1/6, exceptional detail, a place for accuracy, exceptional prices. I own a couple of figures from a line called Hot Toys, which is widely considered to be the Ferrari of the toy industry. I have Iron Mans that are worth like $400 a piece. I have a $400 Galactus that I bought for $400. I do not regret that.
It was the first thing she did when she moved in. Like, she opened her Galactus and it was like a hit on Christmas. It was so funny.
So the big scale, the scale that I love the most is what I talk about on my YouTube, youtube.com/mastermaster12. Please watch me, please. 1/12 facilitated the need for something in the middle. Not too small, but still detailed enough. Adults like collecting, and adults have bigger hands, ergo, bigger toys. So Deadpool here is a 1/18th, 1/6th, and a 1/12. So 1/12 is also the best because it is the one that has been adopted by the wider toy industry. Toys with gimmicks for kids, they still exist. Just go to Target, right? But we're not here to talk about Target, we're here to talk about Goku.
So anime figures, they really hit their stride these years. American toy companies were focusing on those play features, you know, kung fu grip, giving Goku a gun, stuff like that. Meanwhile, the Japanese companies, they went hard on like making screen accurate figures, making things that articulated well, making things that looked really cool. In 2006, Kyoto introduced Revoltech. I'm not huge on Revoltechs. They have really good posing, but they are super stylized. Work really good for like robots and stuff, but like if you look at a person, their joints are gonna butterfly in the weirdest way you've ever seen it. It's a little uncanny. And then in 2008, Good Smile started producing Figma. Figmas are similar to your contemporary lines. They've got a lot of accuracy in their appearance. They articulate well. The main focus is just on a bunch of characters, non-shonen stuff. You get a good variety with them.
Who here has seen Haruhi Suzumiya? I saw you, glasses with the black shirt with the blue text. Come on up, you are getting a perfect cell.
Where's Perfect Cell?
He's loose, he's just sitting in the box.
Perfect Cell.
Thank you. But in 2008, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Also, side tangent, Revoltech has been rebranded to Amazing Yamaguchi. Revoltech is the name of the joint system. It gets confusing when you're searching for these things. So, 2008, no more training weights. Bandai happened. They are the big dog. So in February of 2008, Bandai begins the first of their flagship action figure line, SH Figuarts. It is a portmanteau of superhero figure art. I figured that out on my own. So the first figure in the line wasn't an anime character, it was a comic writer. He's so cool. God, this figure's terrible. Conveniently enough, the first anime character to receive a Figuarts was Domon Kashu from G Gundam. This is the only toy he has, ever. There is a scale figure of him, and that's it. But in 2010, 2009, we got the first Dragon Ball character. The big dog, the boy himself, Piccolo. It's not Goku, it's Piccolo. So Bandai's goal with Figuarts was above all else, simple style and heroic action. It was also super modeling, super action, simple style and heroic action. SH Figuarts is a standard action figure series that uses the style and technology of Tamashii Nations to pursue character expression through humanoid action. Who here would like a Goku? Come on up, kiddo. Thank you. That is a Goku from Daima, which is, I think, a figure from like late 24. Very good Goku. It's considered one of the base figures now. So, moving forward to the modern era, we still have all of these lines. They're still incredible. I don't know who the guy is on the right. Thank you. So in 2026, anime toys are at their all-time best. Also, they're most expensive. So better sculpts, more articulation, significantly more dynamic posability. Characters that shouldn't have action figures. I don't know how Freerin is gonna do a rider kick, but you can do that if you want. So online sales and distributions have made finding figures so much easier. Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Surugaya. Just go to any website, buy a Goku. Most major retailers have imported the big boys themselves, so you don't have to like go to a comic shop and request them to specially order something from Bluefin brands like in the 2000s. While some figures have stayed affordable, like that Goku, other lines have gotten excessive. So that is the Figma Guyver on the left. He is 142. I don't watch One Piece, but this guy's retail MSRP is $220, and it is from the same line as a $30 Goku. Most importantly, the Amazing Yamaguchi Agent Venom, which was my figure of the year in 24, retails for $168. I would pay that again. In short, We're eating good. We have a lot of different lines represented, not even Shonen's represented. I don't know what Laios is going to be doing, giving a guy a suplex, but like you got a Cloud Strife, give him a Buster Sword, they're buddies, they're getting a beer. So this really does ask the question, right? You look at early anime toys from America, and you look at late American toys from Japan. We're just not good at it, right? I don't think it's a fundamental, like, artistic, like, lack of anything. I think it is simply that American companies still view anime as kind of a gimmick or a fun thing to import because it's either cheap or it's what the kiddos like. So we have some great examples of the McFarlane Toys Demon Slayer guy where his face is melting. Thank you, Todd. We have the Jazzwares Total Anime Eren Yeager where his face is melting. We have Diamond Select Toys, God rest their soul, Sora from Kingdom Hearts, where he has just taken so much Xanax he doesn't know what he's about to do. But you look at what American companies do when they don't focus on anime, right? The NECA Last Ronin, so cool. The Four Horsemen, one of like the most artistically nice like toy lines I've ever seen. They're extremely expensive, but Hasbro can make killer regular humans. This is from a like 25, the very particular art style, whereas American properties can look like pretty much anything. The worst companies pick up licenses for seemingly no reason. McFarlane, they hate action figures. They're like only good toys they make are like, you get a Spawn once in a while. Diamond Select Toys, God rest their soul, made my favorite toy line of all time. And then the like shell of the community is all AI generated garbage. Jazzwares had a pretty killer Halo line. We can do good, just not anime. So, I know why you're all here, right? As much as I can talk about anime toys that I love, that I adore, that I think are the coolest dang thing in the world, y'all want to see some weird stuff.
So, bootlegs, you know them, you love them, you've probably bought one. Who all here has bought a bootleg before? I'm gonna call him one of you, green shirt there. You, yes, you. What's the most bootleg thing we have? It's probably those bay wheels. Come get some bay wheels.
Woo!
Bay wheels aren't even a bootleg, that's just something Hasbro made up because they didn't have enough like Metal Fight anime to air, so they were just like, okay, we're making up something new. Bootlegs are gonna be cheaper productions. You all know this. You go to AliExpress, you see Goku figure arts for like $2. You know it's not a figure arts. You know it's gonna look bad, but by God, you're gonna buy it. You're gonna see them at the mall kiosks. Good Lord.
Yeah, have y'all been to the malls lately? It's entirely like K-pop Demon Slayer figures where they're just like, there's no logos, it's just one of the girls, and it's like, yeah, this probably is like 30% lead paint.
It'll go great next to my AI-generated Joker playing poker with
Rick Sanchez.
Yeah. They're usually produced with no knowledge of the source material. They kind of get really bad faces. God, that Saber.
Did you know that Saber actually like spawned like a like famous Twitter page that was just bootleg figures?
Man.
God, rest in peace, Twitter. Am I right, chat?
Due to the rise in drop shipping, you're seeing them everywhere. Like I said, you'll see them in malls. You'll see them everywhere. And you know, they're garbage. They're not really worth the money, but they can be cute and charming. Like this little Goodra here, he's got 2 mouths.
His name is Gooba. I want you to respect him, and I want you to love him. He has incredible brain damage and all of the diseases.
So, how do you tell your bootlegs apart from your real things? They're gonna be shiny. For some reason, all of the bootleg makers, they love shiny plastic. Maybe they think it makes it look new and nice. Maybe it's just cheaper. I don't know. If they have boxes, you're not gonna have stickers. You're not gonna have logos. It's gonna look like someone just took the actual thing and photoshopped it. The AliExpress listings will have an overwhelming chance of being fakes. Sometimes you can find real ones. Oddly enough, Beyblade X, you can find real ones on AliExpress if you look in the right places, but most of them are fake. Don't buy your Beyblades from AliExpress, they'll explode and you'll die.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Looks can be deceiving if you're buying from a third party on eBay. Like, look at the figure. If they don't have the figure in hand, or like the figure sitting on their kitchen table next to, like, you know, their social security number, like stuck on a piece of mail or something, it's probably not worth the hassle.
Just as a like word for word, that's the phrasing, food for thought. I had a very bad run-in. It wasn't with exactly a bootleg, but you need to watch out for eBay sellers. I wanted to buy a figure once of a guy from Super Sentai. God rest his soul, chat. And it turned out that the guy like had an in-hand picture, not his hand. He just like went and found a picture of it because he ordered a bunch from like just a random like Japanese import site and was going to sell them for an increased amount. And that sucked because it was like a 2-month wait to get my refund, and I was not happy with it because I just wanted my toy.
Should have just let me get it on Suru.
So also, you sometimes will find the real deal. I bought at a vintage stock for $30 what I thought was a bootleg Figuarts Thanos. That figure hasn't been bootlegged, and I think that is something that I didn't mention in the panel, is that there are figures that, if you look it up, a bootleg doesn't exist in it. So if you do see it out there, it's probably the real thing. Marvel Legends barely has any bootlegs. Figma, certain characters don't have bootlegs. So just do the research if it's a character. If it's someone super popular, like a Miku, a Saber, anything like that, they're gonna have a bootleg. They just might not have this figure. So there are some, I guess you could call them bootleg-proof figures. That's definitely a phrase. But speaking of bootlegs, what if they were good? So we're introducing the concept recently in the last few years of third-party figures. Man, that was a pretty big... Oh, hi, Discord. So recently, a small number of studios in China and other Asian countries, Singapore, Korea, stuff like that, have begun producing their own figures. Notice how they don't have the license. Many are based on other figures or probably partially shear molds. It's a legal gray area, and we don't really like talking about the color gray. So zero copyright, done completely under the radar and without the license holder's blessing. However, due to this, companies have to use legally distinct names or sell bodies and heads separately. So for example, that Goku, I'm so sorry, that tiger god of India, the gimmick with that figure is that instead of being the Goku completed, they have a box with a very clearly AI generated like tiger fur, like buff tiger furry on it. Again, legal and moral gray area. But if you buy it, it comes with a gift set that perhaps comes with some accessories that might remind you of someone, or maybe
a pencil topper that happens to look just like Goku's head.
That's crazy. The funniest part is that because they want, to keep the legal gray area, when you open the figure in the box, he's got like a 3D printed blank tiger head on this hyper detailed Goku body.
I'm gonna make a custom persona figure out of one of these someday.
There are other lines, right? We have some, no, I'm so sorry. The Robot Paradise Acoustic, that's what I am. I've only seen the first season of Demon Slayer. That's not Gyu Tomioka, that's Water Hashira. I think Pseudo Toys made that as the name of the company. They also have some killer third-party Super Sentai figures that I really want to buy, but I don't want to spend money. I love you.
Do you want me to buy you one?
I like a lot of things. Can you buy me some furry art? Can you commission my persona?
We'll talk later.
Yay, smiles. So despite the legal gray area, these have led to some incredibly high quality figures. Look at that face on Water Hashira. Look at that tiger god of India. Bandai's lawyers are listening to me at all times, so I have to be very careful. So, I know we are about 1:38, so we've got about 20 minutes. I want to play a little bit of a game. I have a couple figures here, darling. May I have the box?
Ooh, the box of mystery, the box of potential prizes?
So I have 4 figures here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 prizes here, technically. Yes, the one that you see counts.
Okay, I'm just making sure that both of those parts of him are together because.
Yes, do not worry. I don't have any fun third-party figures, but I want to play this with you. So help me figure out the third-party figure based on their totally legally distinct and not at all copyright infringement inducing name. So I want a show of hands and we're gonna take guesses. We're gonna do 3 guesses from different audience members. None of you get it, we're skipping it. If at any point one of you gets it when you guess, you are getting a free thing. One of these is an IQ bar I stole from work. So, first off, we have, and again, we're gonna want a show of hands. We'll pick 3 of you, and then each of you can guess. I'll let you decide who's guessing. We have the Jade Rabbit. Julie, you can't guess. You're my
Julie,
friend.
you saw the panel already.
I didn't
You there
actually.
in the front.
Incorrect. Good guess, though.
You there, long hair with glasses.
Would it be Kakyoin from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I wish.
It is not Kakyoin. That was my guess initially.
One more.
This is really stupid. Piccolo.
We didn't call on you. Go ahead. Do you want to guess?
Green Hornet?
Incorrect. It is
It's a Vegeta.
Vegeta.
This is the. So this is the Beast deities. I'm sorry, the Kong Studios. I'm sorry. They go by different names, and that's something you got to realize with these third-party companies.
They're constantly dodging Bandai's lawyers.
This is an incredible Vegeta. It retails for like $50, and it's almost $200 on eBay because it is considered like the Vegeta 3.0. It's nice. They also did one based on his black and white suit from the Xenoverse extra stuff where he's got. I'll explain it later. You gotta watch Dragon Ball.
Yeah, when are you gonna make me watch Dragon Ball?
So the Iron Warrior. I want 3 guesses. You. Oh, that'd be nice. I wish. Go ahead. Glasses.
Goblin Slayer?
Ooh, that's a good one. Yellow jacket with the plushie. Ooh, I'm quick. Close. It is. It's Wolverine.
Fun fact, I bought that for Christmas.
This was my Christmas present. This is a genuinely fantastic figure. It's based on his suit from Days of Future Past, except they gave him the cowl. They lightened up the yellow a little bit, but most importantly, his claws are actual metal. He also comes with a cigar, which is really nice because I just gave it to a couple of my actual Wolverines.
He's also got actual genuine cloth clothing, and it's really cool.
Yeah, so we got 2 more, and this does show it's not just anime. David.
It's not Goku.
I wish. Glasses, blue shirt.
Goliath?
Who?
Like Goliath?
It is not. It is not Goliath.
Blue-haired, I think you're a One Piece character?
Yes, Frankie. I was gonna say Deku from My Hero.
Ooh,
Still not Deku.
it is Optimus Prime!
That's David. You can't have Takara coming after us. I need them to give me more Beyblades.
Alternative answer, if any of you said my dad, you would have gotten 2 figures. And the final one here today, I want any of you to guess. Who is on her, the god of war? White shirt.
He's the guy from. Okay, what's it? That place. He would know what it was. That place, Chronos.
Ooh, no.
Incorrect. It is not Kronos, and it is not Kratos either.
Pink hair, pink or blue. Green hair, pink kimono. Oh, there
Ooh.
are third-party Broly's. They go by similar names. And they are nice. They're really good. You think?
Green shirt right there. You.
Garfield.
I would kill for a Garfield. Good
So this is
Lord.
really funny. Two companies just started making Garfield toys last year. We had the Boss Fight Studios, like actual Garfield line. But NECA, that we talked about in the previous slide, did a Garfellow figure, which is a one-shot Garfield TMNT crossover. I would like to get at some point. I don't have any turtles. I would like that.
What sort of crack shit is that, love?
Paramount and Nickelodeon owns both IPs, and so they want brand synergy. Okay, for this one, I want to take 3 more guesses because I don't think anyone's going to get it. Cells at work.
Ghost Mesh Big Beer.
I would love a Gilly boy. There's a really nice Gil Figma out there, but he's stupid expensive because he comes with like all the weapons and everything. It's like, what?
Keep going.
Let's do steampunk hat.
Some kind of maggot.
Close.
Close.
Closer. If someone actually gets this, I will give it to them, but if they don't, you're getting something. Let's do...
Not Yugi.
There's actually multiple really good Yugi lines. Do we want to do one more, someone who hasn't guessed? Because I really want to see if y'all get it.
Okay, yeah. You pick.
All right. I really like your pink sweater.
Godzilla?
God, no, that's close. It is actually Super Saiyan 5 Goku! So, none of y'all got it. However, you were very close, so I want to give you something. So, you have the choice between either a loose SH Figure Arts Vegeta, which is a very nice figure, a Van Presto Gogeta, who I need to put back together, a Dragon Stars Vegito, or a Nendoroid Nozomi Tojo from Love Live.
Or the IQ bar she stole from work.
The Gogeta! All right, I have to put his torso back on. This is a fish. This is a real figure, by the way. This is not a bootleg. Van Presto, which is owned by Bandai, just does this. However, my good friend, what is your name?
Nick.
Nick, come here. Get yourself a Gogeta.
Be careful. He will fall apart at the torso if you shake him around too much.
I'm more of a Vegito kind of girl. I ended up just getting that in like a lot for really cheap. So, this really asks the question, starting out, how do you begin collecting? This is quite possibly the most asked question on Reddit. People will be like, I want to start buying toys. Which one do I buy? Is this a good one? Is this a good one? Pick a character you like and buy it. That's all you have to do. A toy doesn't have to be the abject quality. It's just, is this a thing that you think looks cool? Do it. I can't tell you how many toy lines I've gotten into because the guys look cool. G.I. Joe Classified is probably like my #2 favorite toy line. And they're just guys. So, but if you want to dip your toes, I do have some suggestions. For Figure Arts, which again, best toy line ever, they've actually started selling these in the States at like Target, Walmart. $35. These are what are colloquially, I'm deciding that's the colloquially descriptive word, starter figures. They are the main characters, basic forms, iconic looks.
This is the toy equivalent of Bandai going, first one's free. Except it's not free. It's $35.
This is $35, but the guy from One Piece is $220. So these are very nice, exceptional. Bandai of America, which we didn't really get into in this panel, also produces a line called Anime Heroes. They also have a line called Dragon Stars for Dragon Ball. They're not bad. I will say the Anime Heroes chainsaw guy, thank you, Chainsaw Man, because you have a chainsaw. They're nice, but if you want to start dipping your toes in the nice stuff, places like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Stores, Subaru Gaia, your local comic shop, go to STL Comics, go to Time Warp Toys, go to Anime Girl. Any of these places are the go-to. Big Bad Toy Store is actually my dealer because they have a system called Pile of Loot, which is if you pre-order an item, they don't charge you till it gets there into their warehouse. And when it gets there, they will hold it for 90 days with any other in-stock pre-order. So I will have every 90 days a shipment that is probably, how much would you probably guess?
Money-wise or size-wise?
Let's not answer that question. I'm glad you're the moneymaker. These are the easiest ways to get official merch. If you want your third-party figures, like your Tiger God of India or your Jade Rabbit, you're gonna have to ask me separately. If you do, you might get a toy. But this does sum up, and it is actually $149, so we're actually doing a great time. There is no such thing as a bad toy, a bad decision. Your favorite toy is the best one.
Wrong.
No, I had this Mario when I was a kid.
Wrong. Wrong.
Wrong.
Next slide. Wrong.
It's actually Goku 2!
So good they made a second one.
And with that is actually the end of the story portion of our panel. Thank you, genuinely. We're gonna take the last 5 minutes of the panel, or 5-minute warning. Hey!
Look at that timing.
We are going to take this time for some Q&A if you want to learn a little bit more about the toy industry. I'm so sorry. Hell of a boss owl guy?
Do you have like a white whales or your figurines?
Probably I would say right now would be the Hot Toys Metal Gear Solid 3 Sneaking Suit Big Boss. It is so expensive, so nice. Let's do right next to you.
Oh gosh. Yeah, here, I can back this up
Whichever
a
one
little
gives
bit.
me the toy. The one behind you, white shirt and glasses.
Anybody's like complaining that I haven't seen anyone but Mal. They're all good, but I'll.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're all good. You're all
There is
good.
a 34-inch Galactus. It's big. Let's do white shirt, black text. The cheapest toy? Does free count?
You know what? There have been a lot of free toys. I'm gonna say free doesn't count.
Okay, I would probably say the cheapest figure I have ever bought, like aside from like a V-Stock visit, which like I can find like Marvel Legends for $5 a pop. I got these Irwin Gokus for pretty dang cheap because they were at a flea market for maybe like $3 or $4 each. Let's do,
Let's get some on the right here.
yeah, black shirt behind my good friend Clarence.
Honey, nobody knows who Clarence is.
Wave your hand, Clarence.
Do you guys go to any toy shows?
I wish.
Ooh, I mean,
We do go to Toy Man, which
we
is
go to
in...
Toy Man, which is like a toy swap meet of sorts, but like, good lord, I would love to go to like a toy fair or something.
My dream is to go to Regions Con, which is something held by the Four Horsemen every year. I'd love to go to BotCon, which is the big Transformers convention. Who's next?
You in the front. I'm not sharing that.
We're not sharing that, sorry.
I'm sorry, we are 30 years old. We are not sharing our Discord.
Blue shirt, or blue jacket.
Well, is there any like potential like scammers that you know about that you would warn people to stay away from?
Not named, however, the more you spend online, if anything is like built with like a generic Wix like shop builder, avoid it.
If you have any suspicion, what I like to do is I like to put the name of the site in the Google search bar and then search for it on Reddit. And someone will have gotten scammed by it if it's a scam, and they will complain on Reddit about it.
All right, next 4 questions get a free toy. If you have gotten a toy, you can't ask.
I don't know who you're cosplaying as, but I like your blue gloves.
Honey, that's Fox Persona 5. That's Joker.
Oh my
That's
God.
treasure chest. We can make more money.
We can make more money.
Go ahead.
Biggest regret purchase.
My $400 Galactus. He's my favorite toy ever. He's $400. Come on up and get a guy. You have a choice between the Dragon Stars Vegito, a Figuarts Vegeta, Nozomi, or an IQ bar from work. Yes, you will.
Chillichuck, I believe?
The cutest one?
Ooh.
Ooh, what is my cutest action figure?
It could have been the Love Cup if we had ordered that one.
That's a great question. I would probably say I have a Nindroid of the Snake Girl from Snake.
Tails Nindo.
The Tails Nindroid. Come on, get a toy. 2 more, babe. And then we're done.
Yellow Hoodie.
What is the goofiest looking, like, rip-off that you've seen?
The goofiest ripoff I've seen.
Ooh, what's your worst bootleg?
My worst bootleg that I have ever personally owned is I had the silliest looking bootleg Glaceon plush in college. It felt like you were hugging asbestos. I probably got mesothelioma from it.
Speaking of mesothelioma, you are entitled to not only financial compensation, but a free toy.
Or the IQ bar. It's still on the table.
One more. If you ask, you are getting either the toy or the IQ bar.
You pick.
Let's do a little bit of beer. What is that, an Iron Maiden shirt?
Yes, I believe
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a bunch of old Transformers from when I was a kid, and then I have a bunch of Dragon Ball toys from when he was a kid, and I'm
It's
looking
gonna
for
be
a place to get rid of all those.
Ooh, I would say
I have some of the old metal
one
Transformers.
places, if you're trying to get rid of them all at once,
Yeah.
I would try somewhere like STL Comics, Time Warp Toys. They do a lot of buy and sell. If you're looking to get rid of them online, best bet's eBay.
You, my friend, are getting an IQ bar, and it is time. Thank you so much for coming to our panel. We're getting out of here. Again, my name is Seline. This is my lovely wife, Hazel. Genuinely, thank you so much for coming. This is my hyperfixation. Take care.